Hello boys and girls, I'm Miss Susan and I'm glad you've joined me today for Summer Reading Arts and Crafts. We're at Temple Terrace Library and we're celebrating our summer reading theme, Tales and Tales, and we're going to be making an eagle because it's going to be 4th of July pretty soon. And the bald eagle is our national bird. Let me show you how I made him with a simple toilet paper tube, something you probably have around the house, and some construction paper. I used a dark brown and then a little bit lighter brown for his belly, and then I needed white for his head feathers, and then of course his talons or his toes and claws and his beak were made with yellow. I did have googly eyes, but if you don't have those at home, you can use a marker to draw his eyes, or you could put some beads or buttons. Anything you have to make his little eyes would work. So what you want to do first is take your toilet paper tube and put it right on the edge of your paper, and then mark it with a pencil or crayon so that you know how wide your strip of paper is going to be when you wrap it around the outside of your tube to make it a nice dark brown. So I cut my paper into a rectangle that should fit nicely right around my tube. So I'm going to lay it down flat on the tube and take a piece of tape to secure the construction paper onto the tube. And now I can roll it up and it goes right around the outside of my toilet tube. And now I'm going to put another piece of tape on the back, on the outside, to hold that piece of paper securely. And that'll be the back, so you won't really see it when you have your bird standing there like that. Now, I'm going to also want to make his wings out of the dark color, and I've got a nice big piece left. The wings should start out as a semicircle. So I'm just going to freehand draw a semicircle with my pencil to make it a little easier to cut it out. And of course, that's going to be a little bit probably too big. So I should cut off the top like this, and then kind of round off the edges. And now I'm going to go back and make points on the bottom to be feathers. And I'm going to come up in the middle. I just made kind of a dome in the middle, and then back over to the sides doing zigzag to have pointed feathers on the ends, because this is going to fit right down inside the toilet paper tube and you won't see that dome in the middle. But to do that, I need to cut slits on the sides of my tube. So I want to make sure the tape is in the back, and I cut a couple of inches on either side of it. And I'm going to come down a little further than halfway, a little more than halfway down the tube. And I'm going to do that on both sides because I want those wings to be able to go way down inside the toilet paper tube. So now I can take my wings and put them way down inside like that. Now, I probably should make it a little bit lower. So see, I can always adjust it. I can pull the wings out and cut a little bit more, because I've got to be able to put my little white feathered bald head on top of the eagle. And they were called bald eagles because those white feathers make them look bald, but they really are feathers. So there it is, way down low. And that's right, it doesn't even sit, they don't touch the table, but they're almost touching. So those wings are sitting very low. And now I'm going to take my white paper, and I'll need a strip about 2.5 to 3 inches wide. And I'm going to cut zigzags again, kind of like his feathers on his wings. And I'm going to go all the way across my white strip of paper, because these are going to be the feathers at the bottom of his head. And once I get all the way across, I will use another piece of tape to secure them onto the tube, just like the brown paper. So I'm going to wrap it around, and I'm going to secure it with one end first and a piece of tape in the back. It's just taping right over the original brown paper tape. And then I'm going to roll this around. And when I get to the back, I don't need any more, so I've got it a little too long. I'm just going to snip off the excess, and then I can tape it secure in the back one more time, and that will hold his head feathers on. So now I've got that situated, and it's time to make his beak and his talons. His beak is just a triangle, so I can cut a pointy triangle. Let's see, maybe an inch long, and I'm going to fold down just a little tab at the top, and I'm going to use a little bit of glue to hold it on. So I'll put glue just right there, and there's his beak. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue straight across and glue on his little beak. Oop. You know, speaking of little, an eagle has a very wide wingspan. They've actually measured, some of the longest ones have gotten up to 8 feet long. That would be longer than your mom or dad when they're lying down. Now that's a very big eagle, but they can get like 8 feet long. That's when their wings are stretched out. So I've got his little beak now, and I can put some eyes on him. Let me see, oh, here are my googly eyes. And like I said, if you don't have Google eyes, you can use something else. I'm just going to put a couple of dots of glue, not much. And that should hold these tiny little Google eyes on. And I still need to make his talons on his feet. And that's how he catches his prey. You know, they're a predatory bird. So I've got my yellow paper, and with the original feet, I just have them taped up inside. So what I did was I made his talons, let's see, like 3 toes, and then trying to do it so you can see what I'm doing. Just do 3 toes, and then I'm going to come up at an angle, kind of like a triangle, so you don't see much of the top of the foot. Here we go. All right, so there it is, and I'm going to use this top part to reach up inside the toilet paper tube, and I'm going to take a piece of tape and just put it on the top like that, and reach up inside the front of the eagle and put that up in there. And then here are his talons, but I'm going to bend them out like this so that they sit out like feet. They look like the claws that he's going to use for fishing or catching some small animal for his supper. And it gives him a little base to sit on. Oop, there he is. I've got my national bird. 2 of them. And you can see they're a little bit different color. I didn't have a lot of this really dark brown. Doesn't matter what color. Oh, I forgot his little belly. Oh, and the stars. I almost forgot to finish the belly. So I'm going to take my light brown and make an oval, but I've got a flat end. That was just the bottom of the paper. And I'll glue that right on the front. And these are kind of his belly feathers that are a little bit lighter. Oop. Just a little bit of glue is all I need to hold that on. And then I'm going to decorate him with some red, white, and blue stars. So once I get this on, kind of wait for it to dry a little bit, holding it on. Then I can take some stars. If you have star stickers, great. Otherwise, you can use your marker. Uh-oh, I just knocked his feet off. You can use your marker or crayons, and you can draw stars. And get his feet back on. All right, now I need to put some red, white, and blue or silver gold stars. I've got some red ones here and blue. So I'm going to put the stars right there on his belly. I had 3 on that one, so I might do that again. There's red. Here's silver. I don't have white, but I have silver. And I have blue. So there he is, very patriotic, ready for the 4th of July. Let me show you some books I have. I've got several about eagles. Here's a good one with the bald eagle right on the front. This one's by Adele Richardson, and it gives lots of factual information about eagles, where they live, what they eat, how they build their nest, all kinds of great information, and this is found in the nonfiction section of the library. Same with Baby Eagles by Mary Salzman. And this tells about what they look like when they're fuzzy and newborns, how they have a little egg tooth that develops about 4 days before they hatch. And the baby eagle is inside the egg, and it starts to wear away at the inside of the egg, a little circular motion that makes a hole so he can hatch out. And then Nature's Predators, Eagles by Haley Hogan, or Hagen. This one tells a lot of factual information as well. Same with Watch Animals Grow, Eaglets, about the baby eagle. And there's a picture of the baby eagle right on the front. Here's a good one for the 4th of July, The Train of States. Not about eagles, but about the 50 states in our country. It's by Peter Siss, and each page is a different state, written in the order of the order that the states became states, and it tells not only their capital city, but their state tree, their state flower, and gives a lot of information about each state. Oh, and their state bird too. Florida's is the mockingbird. Let me see if I can find us. Says we became a state on March 3rd, 1845. Tallahassee is our capital, of course. The sable palm is our state tree, and the orange blossom is our state flower. So remember, the bald eagle became our American bird, our national bird, in 1782. And you can come to the library and read a lot more about the bald eagle and find out information about how they live, where they live, and what they eat. And you can check out some other patriotic books for the 4th of July. So I hope I see you at the library soon. Thank you for joining me today. Bye-bye.